Welcome back to Faith It Till You Make It, the podcast where faith meets entrepreneurship and business. This is episode 5, and I'm so excited for us to dive into the conversation, which today we're going to be talking about how to quiet the noise to focus to get results. And so a lot of times we are crowded by so many thoughts, so many opinions, so many tips. I know for me, with the beginning of the new year, there are so many people that have like these downloadable ebooks and all these tips that they're throwing out at you, and they may be amazing tips, but for me, I've had to realize that the way that God is having me run my business and do certain things doesn't always look like the way that the world handles business or does business. And so I often have to find myself quieting the noise so I could be like, no, let me focus to get the results that God wants for me and not the results that I see other people getting and compare myself to, because that's not what I want to do as a business owner, because I know that the way I do things may not be the way other people do things, and I know there's a certain purpose and plan God has for my business, so it is going to stand out. It is going to look different, and it may not fit the mold that everybody is running after. And for me to even realize that, I had to take time to really focus and quiet out the noise. And one of the ways that I was able to do that is creating a routine. And so for me, it was the most important is, honestly, they're equally important, but my morning routine, I used to get up, like a lot of people, grab my phone, get on Instagram or Facebook or check my emails. And I learned that, like, before I even have said, thank you, God, for waking me up or anything, I could potentially let in chaos into my life. Like, I don't know what I'm going to get when I open that email or when I get on Instagram. And so now I've changed my routine completely, really this has been happening for maybe the past year and a half, where when I get up, I thank the Lord for the day. I do my Bible plan on the Bible app, and then I also make up my bed. So it's crazy. For years, I didn't always make up my bed. I know we're taught that in like elementary, our parents try to teach us, when you get up, make up your bed, but I live alone, and so for a long time, that never was as important to me. Like, I would do it when I could, but some days I would jump up, hit the ground running, and I didn't do it. But now that's a daily routine. After the Bible plans, giving God my morning, giving Holy Spirit the power to give me direction for the day, then I make up my bed. That really sets the tone for me, because I feel like I have just decluttered anything in my mind just by the act of me making up my bed. And then after that, I will go make coffee or something and walk the dog. And I try to walk the dog with my phone like on Do Not Disturb, so I still am in a peaceful mindset while I'm walking him and just getting my thoughts gathered for the day. And so say if you're a mom boss and you're out here trying to run your business, you have kids, this will be a time where maybe before the kids get up, you have some you time where it's just you, and you are making sure that you've had your coffee, but more importantly, you've had your time with God. And you've had your time to really clear your mind before you just run into the day and, all things start coming and hitting you. And so a big part of quieting the noise is creating a routine that allows for you to take control of your day and to give God control of your day. And another thing is, before you get on Instagram, before you get on Facebook, before you check emails, just saying, God, block me from anything I shouldn't be seeing today. And also, maybe it even goes deeper to where if you're in a certain place in your life and you want to get to somewhere, seeing other people's social media pages is great for encouragement and motivation, right? But also, sometimes you compare so much that you lose the beauty in where you are presently, because you're craving so much to be where other people are. And so sometimes you have to unfollow those people, and it's not because you're jealous, it's not because you don't want to see them win, but it's because you need to really focus on presently where you are. It's great to want to get somewhere further, but if you're constantly looking at a place that you're not there yet, you're not even embracing where God has you right now and the building blocks He has for your business. Maybe you don't have a business building yet, but that doesn't mean your business won't get there. It doesn't mean that you can't still have a thriving business year. It just means you are where you are right now, and you need to cultivate that space and love that space, that present space, as much as you can. And so quieting the noise takes for you to take control of your day, which means lessening the distractions. which are like Instagram, Facebook, all those things. Or maybe even the people that are calling you. Maybe you don't take a call to after 5. Maybe during your work day and while you're trying to accomplish your goals, you don't answer the phone for certain people. And it's not because you don't love them or you don't want to talk to them, but it's because you have to prioritize your day. And a lot of that is your future, your business, where is it going, and the goals that you have set for yourself. And so you want to make sure that you're taking away those distractions, because that's going to set the tone for how successful you can be. If you can have the self-discipline to say, no Instagram to after 5, no talking to certain people to after 6 p.m., and certain things like that, you're going to have the self-discipline to be such a great boss going forward. And I don't mean boss as in a leader over people, but just a boss like the personality, the leader of your life besides God, because we know ultimately that's who we look at as the leader of our life. But you'll have that boss mentality where you can take control of your life and set the necessary boundaries that you need to set. And so having a routine is amazing. Not only a morning, also a night routine to quiet the noise, because for me, I'm a dreamer, so I try not to watch TV after a certain time because it interferes with my dreams, and a lot of times that's where God will speak to me. And so having a night routine where you also can get some peaceful sleep, because sometimes if you see something on like social media or you stay up late on the phone with a friend, it can interrupt your sleep if they say something shocking or they say something and now you're really pondering on, or if they hurt your feelings or something like that, it now can interrupt your sleep. And so it's important to have a nighttime routine where at a certain time your phone goes on do not disturb. I have that setting on my phone now. At a certain time, unfortunately, if you want to reach me, you probably won't be able to because my phone's on do not disturb, because I have a boundary set that I need my night routine to go smoothly. And also how much TV you're watching before you go to bed. For me, it's very important that I don't go to sleep with the TV on. And I know a lot of people that may do that, but for me, I think it's so unproductive. And it may be the only way some people have learned to go to sleep, but I think the best sleep is peace and quiet and in the dark. That's the best. That like really rejuvenating sleep so you can actually be productive and have more energy the next day. And also in your diet, what's your routine of how you eat at night? Because certain food will cause you not to have as much energy, so you can't even focus to get results. And so those little things are just things I want you to keep in mind, that routines are so important. If you are going to quiet the noise, you have to create a morning and night routine. You have to protect what you're allowing yourself to listen to, what you're allowing yourself to watch. That's something that I can't even push that any further than what, like, I have seen the results of that. It works. Monitoring what you watch, what you listen to, even the words that you're saying, all those things, it's going to help you really focus to get results. And so, one, routine. Create one. Your morning, your night, make sure you have one. Next is your environment. So a lot of times the space that you're working in is going to help you either be a slacker or procrastinate, or it's going to help you be very productive. And what I mean is a cluttered space most of the time doesn't produce healthy work-life balance. Like, it's not going to, you're going to be more of a procrastinator. I just feel like the statistics are out there about that. A less cluttered space helps your mind think clearer so you can be more productive during your workday. And so make sure that you have a clean space, because a clean space, I really believe that it's part of what helps you focus and be more productive. Also, think about the tools that you need during your workday to help you stay more focused. Is it that you want to use instrumental music? Because a lot of people, they'll use instrumental music and listen to that. That'll help them be more productive. Do you like women empowerment music? Or for my guys, is it some music that you like that really gets you pumping and make you feel productive? Now, granted, you have to be careful of the words that you're listening to, because I know a lot of people will work out to like rap and all those things, but sometimes the words that they're saying aren't really where you're trying to go in life. And so it's almost like, okay, that's counterproductive. I'm in here trying to be healthy, but I'm listening to something that ultimately is not healthy. And so think about that. What type of music or what other tools can you use to help you be productive while you're working during your workday, and also while you're creating your routines? Because a lot of people with the morning routine will listen to worship music, and that helps set their day to where they feel calm and they feel like they can tackle things head on that day. Also, unfollow people if necessary. I think I said that, but part of your environment is who you're hanging around and the co-workers that you talk to at work, and maybe that you don't need to talk to them. Maybe you don't need to go to the lunch everybody's going to, or the happy hour after work where there may be some gossip or there may be something going on. Not every atmosphere or environment is productive to the goals that you're trying to meet. And a lot of times you're just like, oh, well, I'm just going to go for fun, but fun can turn into you leaving with a lot on your mind that you like, stuff you didn't even know that they're telling you, and now you have a different outlook on somebody else or something like that. So you just want to be careful that your environment is set up for productivity, and gossiping and all of that is not set up for you to be productive at work. And then you want to also keep track of your weekly results. So the whole point is to focus to get results. And if you are focused to get results, you need to keep up and keep track with those results. And so for me, I have a spreadsheet where every week I come in and put the results from everything I did that week. Whether it's how many downloads of the podcast did I get, how many clients did I get, how many emails actually hit and I got responses and things like that. Keeping up with those help you eventually narrow down what's working and what's not working. So then you can hone in on the things that are working and actually get the results that you set and the goals that you want to meet. And so you want to remember that without quieting the noise, it's very hard to actually get results. And the whole point of you building a business is for you to be successful. It's for you to get real results that end up equaling real money, real wealth. And a lot of times we don't want to, I won't even say we don't want to, but sometimes we lack the self-discipline to quiet the noise because it's so much easier to be like everybody else. It's so much easier to just be involved in everything. But what's always easy is not what's always best. And so you want to make sure that you're doing the hard thing, because the hard thing is what's going to pay off. Being like everyone else won't always make your business thrive. And I know that's not always easy to hear, but it's the truth. If you look like every other business, to me, like, that wasn't your goal. Your goal was to be, yes, productive, yes, to meet numbers like other business, but your goal is to have a business that's yours, or to work at a place and make your work stand out because you want to be doing things at excellence and you want to make sure that you are actually getting the results that you want. Lastly, you want a clear direction of where you're going. So a lot of times we're not focused because we really don't know where we're going. We really don't know what we've set for. Like, we have an idea of like, okay, yes, I want to be wealthy. Yeah, I want a big house, car. It's certain things that you want, but you don't truly have real metrics and real directions listed for where you want your business to go. And that's why it's also important to write down your quarterly goals. Sit down with God. Go to Him. Find time where you're less distracted. Find time where you can put your phone on Do Not Disturb and you can sit down and say, God, where am I going? What's the direction I'm going? Because I've noticed that I procrastinate when I don't really know what's the end goal of what I'm doing. Or sometimes I procrastinate because I don't see the payoff yet. So I'm like, why am I even doing this? But I have to remember that, one, God gave me a purpose and a plan to write down for my business. And having that in front of me helps me revisit, like, okay, I remember why I'm doing this and now I need to get back to it. And it helps me stop procrastinating. And also I have to remember that all hard work, Proverbs says all hard work will pay. But mere talk only leads to poverty. And so I'm going to say that again, all hard work brings a profit, basically. So it brings a profit. But mere talk only leads to poverty. And I had to switch my mindset that, you know what, I need to stop just talking and I need to be about it. But I can't be about it if I don't have a direction and I don't know where I'm going. And I feel like as a business owner, that's probably your best roadmap, is asking God, where am I going with this? Where do you see us? At least, God won't always tell you 10 years down the line where your business will be. But ask Him this quarter, God, what should be the main thing I'm focusing on? So then when I go in and I'm working on these goals, I'm not going in blind without direction or a roadmap to show me what I'm even doing. I'm not just blindly creating little marketing flyers on Canva. I'm not blindly just creating stuff and then being like, oh, you know what, maybe not this, okay, something else, and I've done that, and I had to reroute myself and be like, oops, screw, run it back. And I had to ask myself, okay, what's the goal? What do I need to be doing? What do I need to prioritize? And that has helped me so much. So put down, that's something like everything I'm saying, write that down. Have a direction that you're going. Have directions. Have a roadmap. Have a plan of where you're going, because that's really going to help you focus. It's almost like when someone's trying to hit a target. The target is what helps them focus on what they're trying to hit. But if they don't have a target right there, if it was just a circle with no target at all, it would be so hard to hit right in the middle. They wouldn't hit bullseye because they can't focus, because there's no dot or a roadmap there for them to actually hit the target. And so that's just what I'm trying to say. Hit your target by knowing what you're trying to accomplish and having directions for yourself written down on how you can get there. And if you don't know how, ask somebody. There are options on the SBA's website for you to get like a SCORE mentor, which is somebody that can help give you business advice or some business tips. There are also business plan templates on there. So if you need a guide for a legit business plan, go on the SBA's website and download that business plan so you can sit down and actually roadmap out where your business is going quarterly. And then once you tackle that, you can say, okay, well, where is my business going yearly, annually? And then you can keep going, 5-year, 10-year plan. But the most important is to get at least the quarterly part of your business mapped out and sit down and actually sit yourself down and actually roadmap where you're going and write out some directions for yourself and a plan, which goes back to our episode, the beginning of the new year, where we talked about pray, plan, and then prepare. And so pull out that plan. If you wrote out a plan from that podcast back then, pull it out, sit down and say, what are my action steps every day? Now, one thing I do, I have a daily planner, which I feel like has changed the game. And I've had planners before, but this one, I don't know why it changed the game. And for me, it has a daily and a monthly. And so daily, I sit down and say, hey, what can I tackle today? And let me put it together in a big picture. My morning routine, right? I done did my prayer. I done made my bed, got my coffee, walked the dog. I'm in silence. I'm feeling good, calm. Then I go sit at my desk. I got my planner. I map out what goals. I look at the monthly goals, and then I map out which ones can I tackle today and which ones I need to put down to do, and I can leave them for tomorrow. That sets me up for success because now I have a plan in mind, and I know where my day is going. I know what my targets are. So now, maybe I can put some instrumental music on, and I can flow through my day and start getting some work done. My workspace is clean. It smells good, because I feel like even smells help you be productive, because if it smells good, you're like, oh, okay, it's clean. It smells good in here. Okay, I can do this. And then I go ahead and I tackle my day. I maybe don't answer my phone a lot, like I said. And so if you can picture that, that's a productive day. Right? And then I go into my evening routine. And sometimes you may want to shake it up a bit so you can have some work-life balance. And maybe you throw in a dinner date or something like that in your nighttime routine. But most importantly, you have a plan of where you're going so you can hit those targets and actually focus so you can get results. And so I hope this has been beneficial, because for me, I spent, I want to say, almost a year and a half at the beginning of my business scatterbrain. I was trying everything that I could think of. And then I finally was like, why am I doing this when I got the source right here? I got God right here. Let me ask him and stop running around like a chicken with my head cut off, right? And so I asked him. He started little by little just pouring out ideas and different things for me, steps that I needed to take, giving me wisdom. And so after that, now every day I wake up empowered. I wake up confident because I know, okay, I can hit these goals because I know where I'm going. I know my, annual plan. I know my quarterly goals. And so it helps me actually be productive because I know where I'm going. And so I want y'all to DM me and say, I know where I'm going. After you write down your plan, you set up your morning routine and you create a very productive environment, message me and say, hey girl, I know where I'm going now. Okay, that's going to help me. That's going to make me feel good, because I do all of this because I want to see other business owners who are in the faith really grow and hit the goals that they are looking to hit, and become wealthy, become people who can pour back into a generation who needs it, who needs positive role models, who needs businesses that say, we follow Christ, but we still get money. Because a lot of times people think that if you follow Christ, you're probably going to be poor. That's not the story here. I don't serve a poor God, so his daughter's not going to be poor, okay? So make sure you DM me or message me and let me know you know where you're going. Hashtag I know where I'm going. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed episode 5. As always, y'all know I love y'all, and we will be back next week with another great topic so we can get you all on the road to wealth, health, and prosperity with your business, but also with your entire life. Because a wealthy life is not just about money, but it's about you physically, spiritually, mentally. I want you to be wealthy. So I hope you have a great rest of your week, and make sure that you share this with someone so that it can be encouraging for them on their entrepreneurship journey, or just in business if they are working for a company or wherever they work, or someone that may even be in school preparing to be in the work world. Also, be sure to follow and subscribe, whether you're listening on the Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you may be listening to us. Make sure you follow so you can get an update every time a new episode is out, or any news that we post. As always, I love y'all and I appreciate every listener, so be sure to tune in next week.